panel, panelverse, YouTube, world, people, everybody. Good morning. Let's get it going. Open panel. Oh, what the hell is this? Is this a fake person? Hang on. Is the link pinned? Alright, I'm very confused. I thought I pinned the link. I guess I can fix that. I know I just pinned this link. Replace pinned message. So there, I'm not, okay, there it is. It didn't show up for some reason on my YouTube. There should be a pinned link. Okay, it's there now. So yeah, open panel. Come on up. Hey, Joe. Oh, that reminds me, I gotta do something else. Then I'll take a look at the news. I'm gonna predict, I haven't looked at it yet today. I'm going to predict that there's not much new going on other than like Israel is probably still going after Hezbollah. All right. Okay, let's take a look. Oh, the hurricane. Headed toward Florida. All right, let's see what's going on with it. It's going to make landfall tomorrow. Okay, it's a Category 1, headed toward Florida. From like the Gulf side, it looks like. But the tip. So it looks like all of southern Florida has the potential to be in its path. All right, we'll keep an eye on that. If anybody's in Florida, we're thinking about you, praying for you, doing rituals for you. I wish I had a satanic ritual that could help with the hurricane. I really do. Hey, Winston, what's up? Good to see you. Maybe there's a voodoo spell. And then after that, what did I say? Israel Hezbollah attacks, war in Gaza. All right, so all that's going on. And I guess that's it. And Biden gave a speech at the UN. All right, that's the news. Let me see if there's Twitter. Yeah, I do have something. This is from the Mayo Clinic, which that's that's one of the first, like when you do Google searches on anything medical, Mayo Clinic comes up a lot, sometimes at the top. That's one of my go-to trusted medical sources. So let's see what the Mayo Clinic has to say. What's the purpose of using general neutral medical terms? Think about pregnancy, which is often viewed as being an exclusively female phenomenon. This only sounds weird because there's language games in the Wittgensteinian sense being played with this female. This is a different category than we associate female, and it's been normalized, or they're trying to normalize it. I think that's what's going on. Okay, I guess that's all the Twitter. Oh, the personality typers. I can't either, but I don't think in those terms. But people that do, um, and they have some around here, can kind of slot people into different types. I can do it more with Enneagram. I could kind of tell what type of Enneagram someone's likely to be. And I don't know all the types. Um, and I used to be able to do it with astrology a little bit. Like I could tell if somebody's a Leo or Scorpio, if they're moody, probably a Pisces or Cancer, etc. Winston, do you ever think you'll do a channel or any kind of like content with this, even if it's a I don't know, Twitter page or Substack or whatever they're doing now? I don't know you well enough, IG. You're kind of one of those Schrodinger trolls that can sometimes be a troll, but sometimes be a mostly is a just an active participant. And you're kind of mischievous. You have a sense of humor. You're witty. You like to play and have fun. I don't know. Just intuitively, Sagittarius is coming to mind, but um, and maybe a little bit of Aquarius. I'm not sure. I'm not sure where I would put that kind of trickster energy on the zodiac. Yeah, it really is. Like in this environment, everyone seems like extroverts to me because hardly anyone comes on panel and doesn't talk. Like it's very rare that somebody's so shy on this show that I have to pull teeth out of them, like pull answers out of them and coax them to talk in a way that I might with an introvert. And now there's some people because this could be a stimulating place that have like a limit. They can be here and then they have to sign off or break or recharge and when that happens I'm thinking, oh, that's probably an introvert that whose battery is winding down and they need to take a little break. But for the most part, this is kind of an it's at least normed to extroversion. So I think the ratio of E's to I's here would probably be a little skewed. The I's are probably all the ones watching, maybe even commenting. Oh yeah, when I type somebody by their sign, it's more personality type. It could be rising or sun, and rising has more to do with the individual personality anyway than your sun sign does. Sun sign is more cosmic. You have a whole cluster of people born into the same sign at the same time, and it gets modified by all the other stuff. I do say, like every day I wake up and I turn this on, I do say I never know what to expect, what to predict, what I'm going to be seeing, talking about. I did not expect to be talking about astrology first thing in the morning. That would could never have been. That's why I love this thing. Excite them? Wow. I wonder if it's a way, like it's a way of understanding and controlling men. Because that seems to be women's dominant. Like if there's like a female hierarchy of needs, the ability to not get killed by the men around you, survival seems like it would be one of them. So maybe it's like empowerment because I think women are also, and this is just me stereotyping and generalizing from my own experience and impressions, but it seems like women are more prone to, are more vulnerable to experiencing things as chaos, like not being able to resolve them into rational meaning. And so maybe this helps with that too. But like guys invented this stuff too. It's kind of a nerdy guy thing too. So I don't even think of this stuff as gendered. It's more like schemas that people come up with to help them classify phenomena and the world. Winston, I don't know if you know this. I've talked about this before, but when I was in like 1920, I was very into New Age. I was Wicca, and then I became like ceremonial magic. And I actually signed up for a course. At the time it was a mail course, correspondence course through the mail, in order to get certified with the ABA to become a professional astrologer, and that was going to be my career. I had the ephemeris, the table of houses. That's when you had to do it all by hand. And about halfway through the course, after studying this, because I have like with my spur geek brain, I it I it stopped making sense. Like I suddenly just saw through it and saw that it was not correspondent to anything real or useful. And I said I couldn't. I just didn't feel good taking money from for people from something I no longer believed in, and so I gave up that as a career path. I like studied my way out of it, but I was very, very, very into astrology in my early 20s. What are the? Is it okay? Let's. You know what? I'm gonna look it up. There's no way I'm gonna remember them. I know mine is probably talking, conversation, and sex. Um, Words, affirmations, which is compliments. No, that even makes me a little nervous. If I'm with somebody and they're always complimenting me all the time, because I can guarantee I'm not gonna be doing it back. I'm just gonna feel weird. It's gonna be awkward. Quality time, that's probably mine. I like to get to know the person and interact and have that reciprocity. Conversation, going to dinner together, watching movies together, hiking, doing activities, traveling, that kind of stuff. Gifts, I don't care about gifts. I like giving gifts more than getting actually. Um, I've gotten plenty of gifts, and so the magic's kind of worn off. But giving it, you get to see a new person react each time, hopefully with joy. Acts of service, not really. Physical touch, yeah, I think that would be my second. Um, Being affectionate. And my last ex, he actually told me this. He's like, I don't do conversation. What does doing conversation mean? People in relationships have to be able to talk. Like he didn't want any. He just did not like to. He was an introvert, severe introvert, like a hermit almost. Um, he did not want a lot of conversation and talk, and that was I didn't know how to have a relationship without conversation, like, or having conversation be so stigmatized that you have to be self-conscious about it. And then physical touch was the other one. Like he would flinch when I touch it or get near him. Some of that was, I think, the autism, but it was the complete opposite of the love languages. So even though it seemed like we were in a relationship, none of that got communicated to me. Oh wow, cool, Ricardo. And now it's so easy to draw up charts online. In fact, hang on, let me find it somewhere on my stream. Um, a on Trauma Types channel. Let me try to find it. I had an astrologer read. I did a reading of my chart. It was very detailed, and it blew my mind how much insight this guy got off of me from just let me see. God, where is it? See, that's the problem. I need AI to index my channel. I can't ever find anything on it. But it's a live reading of a chart, and so people that are interested in how a chart is read, maybe I can get it off a Trauma Types channel. Anyway, I'll look for it and Pop it in when I find it. Why is it so hard to find? All right. Anyway, what else is going on? Um. Oh, you mean like just bring him up, just the two of us without a panel? How do you? Because yeah, how do you know? I would never be like if somebody gave me a compliment, it could there could be like I could think of probably 10 different motivations for it, and I would not know. I don't have the eye to know which like to home in on which exact motivation it is. So I would just be in like I would suspend my need for epistemic closure in that case and just say, okay, it's a compliment. I'll say thank you. It could be for any reason. So in order to just move on with my life. But I guess you're a straight male too though. They're in a dating situation that would be have more relevance. Um, yeah, again it comes down to how do you know? Like even here on the panel verse, how do you know what's real? How do you know what's not? We've been watching the mole in Discord, and I mean the parallels. That's the exact game. Like, how do you know when any player around you is telling you the truth or being real? Um, the whole game is not being able to tell and losing as a result. Social reality. That's why I talked about intersubjectivity yesterday, because I think that's what so much of it comes down to. We're not navigating through anything objective, but there's kind of like these hard contours that develop as the intersubjectivity overlaps. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, I was thinking about that the other day. I remember that because it was I was really into talk shows growing up. Go figure. And like that would always show up on the talk shows. They'd have some guest talking about the Mars Venus theme. Hey, Zet. Oh, you coming on panel? Oh, Astrotype. Thank you. That's the guy's name. All right. Um, yeah. Let me try to find it. His name is starts with a Z. All right, the birth chart of an ENTP. Here is my chart. The trolls can find more about me than they've ever wanted to know from that. Thank you, Hank. I had forgotten all about it. I do too. I want no drama, and I want Joe, and I want additional stuff, but definitely or low drama. I did agree to drama light as long as people kept it that way and did all the main drama on all the other channels. And there's been some pushing of that lately. Do you think do you think women compliment men at all if there's not some ulterior motive, or would they if it's not someone they're interested in, would they just leave them alone? Because I naturally compliment everybody. I don't notice gender. If something catches my attention, I compliment. Um, so for me, it's not gender related. It's not erotic, flirting, anything. It's just me like reacting to something I'm observing and expressing pleasure or approval or excitement or like recognition that, oh, I know that thing. I recognize it. Hank, you're going to be like giving a master class soon in how to panel verse.
Sorry,
No.
masterclass in what? I just
And how to
saw.
panel verse. How to successfully panel verse.
You listen more than you talk. It's pretty simple. Yeah,
Well,
if you
that
shut up
that
and listen, they pretty much tell you everything you need to know.
but yeah, but then when it comes time to talk, people are going to need help with that too. Like and plus even when you're listening, knowing what to pay attention to, what to watch for, how to use that information, how to put it together to make it meaningful.
Yeah, I just focus on factual information, and you,
So what's going
you
on in your world? You said you're
yes,
winning.
yeah.
Oh,
So
first
this,
they want to know your type.
okay. My time. So I did a live stream yesterday where I did what called maturity, Enneagram, and MBTI tests.
Oh
So
yeah. How'd that come out? Yeah, I'm gonna drop the
any
link.
yeah, Enneagram was a 8, and with the second bit highest one was 5, and MBTI came out in ENTJ, but the second highest one was INTJ. So
Do you is ENTJ what you already thought you were?
I thought it was INTJ, but no, I've been trying for the past year and a half trying to figure out if I'm INTJ or ENTJ for sure, and it's inconclusive.
Maybe
So
well you could be an ambivert too, but maybe it's the panelverse and your E didn't have a chance to come out before because the opportunities weren't there. But now that they are, like the true you is coming out and it's more E.
no, well, I would disagree that there is a true me at all because of all the
Well,
way these
that's
tests
another
work.
debate.
Yeah, so I would say neither is true. It just happens to come out this ENTJ yesterday.
And then so you're an 8 along with Flow State and I. Do you know your wing? Is it
Um,
7 wing, 9 wing?
it didn't come out with the ring,
Oh, okay.
and that's why I did an
You're knowing
Enneagram.
you're probably 7 because 9 is more the peacemaker, peacekeeping, soy type, like kumbaya type.
I'm not sure. Um, but yeah, since I went on a whole hysteric, I was trying to figure out if it was INTJ or ENTJ, and it looks like I'm just on the border, so it's not resolved yet.
Ah, okay. Well, I put the link. You can check out more about that. If Hank takes the Enneagram, MBTI, and those other tests.
Yeah, I also had a panel. Pros came on, and they saw themselves out because they couldn't tolerate the dirtiness.
No, Joe, they hang out here with their wives and they have boyfriends that are in relationships and dating and on like with the lady, like their date night, they hang out in the panel verse with the girlfriend beside them. That is a new trend I'm seeing is couples sharing this experience together.
The only people I see almost kind of regularly as Flow State and Katie. So
I don't even know Katie. Oh, Flo, Mrs. Flo.
yeah, Mrs. Flow. Yeah,
Moose, give us the news. Did you get it?
he said he got to town
Yeah, that's what I'm curious about.
in your Discord. One of yours. You have like two of them, as far as I know.
Just that main one, really. No one uses the other ones.
Okay.
Okay, so the other thing you said you're winning. You have some panel verse successes happening.
Yeah. So I had the pros in my panel because they want to show how powerful they are, but they saw themselves out because they didn't have what the power they expected to have relative to me, and I got Officer Snap to make a few confessions. I should have people already on it, editing it down, but knowing people, they probably dropped the ball, and I had to just do it myself. But still
That's
up,
a
I
very
like new,
familiar
yeah,
narrative.
yeah, still up on like NeuroJax's panels because he's too afraid of Fed posting and all that stuff. But he he
What
he
is
gets in
Fed
trouble.
posting exactly?
The hell if I know. He never
Uh,
defined it.
okay.
He never defined it for me,
Well,
so
if
I don't know
Hank
what he
doesn't know,
means.
then it's not important.
Yeah,
Is
I
it like
just know he
psyoping people?
I think, well, I think I
I don't
may
know.
know.
It
Let
did.
me double check the Urban Dictionary real quick.
Okay. To add more confusion and clarity to the.
Okay, so Fed posters, someone who's likely a federal agent, and Fed posting
Yeah,
to
the
trap
idea
someone.
that federal agents are wasting their time on these little small Panoverse channels just boggles me.
Yeah, he's afraid of being trapped by a federal agent. But no, his problem is that he likes to restream a bunch of people who tries to enforce their copyright. That's his biggest problem,
Uh,
and that it doesn't do it in a way that makes it fair use. Fed posting entrapment. Well, that's why I did the officer snaps. I mean, I just get handed as much rope as he wanted to, and he pretty much on my pal said that he was protecting someone who porn bombed Venus. So
oh, so he's not the little virtue warrior he pretends to be.
yeah, of course not.
Is are we done with it? Is he like slayed for good, or can
No,
we
no,
see it count
anyone.
on him coming back and causing more chaos?
Well, he's getting his butt handed to him by me, so he's changing his mind. He's pushed me up towards the daddy position, but he doesn't want to make the declaration to me because I won't let him do what he wants. I want him to do better, and he's looking for people who let him do what he wants.
You think you're gonna be able to bind this demon?
Of course,
Well, I'm rooting for you. He's definitely because if you could do it with him, then that takes care of a lot of the other trolls too. Now that we know that ability and service is out there,
yeah,
you troll wranglers.
yeah. But the hardest problem is that the people that could have put them out just refused to do so because they thought it was too expensive. So I decided to do it my own way.
Vinny, I'm glad they're doing this, but do you think that's happening here, like most of these channels? And don't they have sites for this where
Yeah,
it's
they do it on
legal?
the
They don't
dating
have to
sites.
do it on like I thought they had OnlyFans and stuff where you could create content or have services.
So so I sent Benjamin the link to that panel I did yesterday, and hopefully he'll tell me how I can just get that submitted into just the OP processing. Then I can get my OP type as well. It's not the normal format, but it should be more than enough for them to get what they want.
What is OP and who is Benjamin?
Benjamin, what is his name? You should let me look up.
Okay.
But yeah, Benjamin Sardick. He has an MBTI channel and he does
Oh,
panels now
okay.
too.
Okay. Oh,
You,
wow.
yeah,
Like typology panels?
yes, he actually hosts
Wow.
typology panels.
What's his name? Sardic?
I'm gonna drop the link
Okay.
in that back.
Kane, you
Okay.
still awake? Dang. Kane went 12 hours last night. He hit the StreamYard limit. Oh, Benjamin. Okay. I didn't know he was a typology person.
What do you think he was?
Do what?
What did you think he was?
I had no I didn't think he was anything. I just had friends that told me that he did cool panels.
Yeah, he
And
does
they weren't
panels for
talking
people.
about typology when I went on his panel.
Okay. So if he goes live tab, he has. Well, it's he just calls them hangouts, but
I
he
mean,
does
there's nothing
typology
on
and
the
stuff like that.
channel itself that marks it as explicitly typology.
Okay, well I go by the content. I'm.
I
I
go
mean,
by what they communicate initially, like most normal people do when they pull up a YouTube channel, and then I have to dig a layer deep for the content sometimes. But it's not bizarre that it's not obvious that he's not a typologist. Like to have someone pull up this page and say, "You dummy, why couldn't you tell this guy is a typologist?" I think is a little presumptuous.
I expected someone to scroll down a bit,
I
but
think
that's
doing that
asking
in
for too
general for
much.
anything is presumptuous. This is
Yeah,
just an
yeah,
example of it.
yeah. I'm asking for too much to expect someone to scroll down a little bit on
Yes, you
the
certainly are.
latest
Yes.
tab.
Yes, you are. I went on his panel. I didn't have a good experience with him, so I never went back. One of those breakdowns happened very quickly.
Yeah, which is how I know most of my communication problems aren't on my end because I did all these panels.
Right, me too. It's never just me alone. It's there's something on the other person's end feeding into it as well. So I'm not taking sole responsibility for these breakdowns anymore.
And I never did. It's just the shrinks told me, "Oh, it's my fault because of my mindset," and I didn't believe them because they couldn't make a good case. They couldn't present a model. It was just a notion, and it turns out most of the shrinks are the same
I
as these
think
trolls.
the model emerges in each case, and then with after enough cases, like some kind of pattern or trend might emerge that might lead to some larger model that you can use roughly to predict. But each one seems to have their own
Yeah,
little nuance to the dynamics.
yeah. Each person's probably in superposition, and you extrapolate to a huge group of people to have predictability. So it'll be anthropology is the right layer to analyze this, and not psychology because they don't really have enough. They can't see enough to determine anything for sure. But there's a lot of money in psychology, anyways.
Vanny, damn, from YouTube, that's like one a year. Wow, it's all happening behind the scenes, I presume. Hey Nova, welcome. Top of the day. Is that what they say in Britain, or is that
Top
Australia?
of
I
the
don't know.
morning.
I should stop trying to be anything
Top of
other
the
than
morning.
American. Top of the
It's the
morning, yeah. Top of the morning to you, lassie, or what would it? Not chap. You wouldn't be a chap. What would you be?
No, males are chaps, women are lassies.
Oh, I
Yeah,
got it right.
males are chaps, females are lassies.
Welcome, lassie.
Yeah.
So what you got going today?
I might go get a haircut. This is cut. I'm gonna cut it down to 1.5 again.
Oh,
And what else? I may go. I may go to the politics Discord and try to look for a precept to destroy. Um, and the machine lies is later today.
what do you do on your day off? I destroy people on the internet.
No, I do that every day.
Is it just do you get a pleasure out of it, or is it part of some larger goal
That's probably a larger goal.
to learn? You're building your skill set and your education for world
Yes.
domination.
And no, I don't. Most of this world's garbage. I don't want most of it.
Fear of a Hank planet.
Yeah, most of it's garbage. I don't want it.
Yeah, I'm the same way. I don't necessarily want the world. Most people can have their little part of it.
Yeah, I want to strike my piece across the multiverse, but it doesn't involve most of this world. So I don't.
All right, where my wrenches at? I might have to wrench somebody up this morning. Let's see who I can.
Go ahead and wrench me up. You know how I moderate.
No, I don't actually. How do you moderate?
Barely. I don't really do
I,
much of
I just I
anything.
won't I won't like the troll, like the attacks at Mike, the comments about different people and panelists, the trying to instigate. They're venting. I want the venting of the spleen to stop and the passive aggression. All
You
right, I'll
got it.
give you a chance.
So like, would you like me to get rid of like the Harlot Globetrotter says Hank
Oh,
destroys my
Sam's here
legacy or
too.
ignore it? Because
Sam's here. I think he
because
might be able to take care of it. He
I'll do it. I'll usually go when I moderate for Jack. I usually just go on tax against Jack alone. That's about it.
and
That's on me. I
I
really
don't
don't
dick
care much.
around. Like they know how to behave. So if you think there's a chance that they're legit and they're gonna stop doing it, just time them out. But
Yeah,
if they're
yeah.
fucking around, feel free to ban them.
Oh, okay, I gotcha. But sometimes I usually just chat back to them and I can talk them down.
Yeah, you can do that too. Whatever makes it stop. I just want this shit to stop. It's childish. It even like I don't know why they're doing it. It's them at their worst. And they lose the moral high ground against the person they're coming here to attack. So when y'all can show me videos of Mike loving and making fun of it, pictures of me with arrows through my neck, then I might take y'all more seriously. But right now, y'all, Mike has more of the high ground than that little crowd does.
Yeah,
So
and
you've given up your ethos.
even if it did, even if Mike did, what difference does it make really?
Right. None of it is relevant to this channel. Like keep that drama on y'all side of the playground. I'm
Jeff,
doing something else here that you're invited to, but the agreement was y'all were going to help me keep this a sanctuary from the drama so people would have a place to go when they need a break from that. And y'all are not doing that. So
Jeff,
yes, feel free to mod
who,
liberally.
who made the pictures?
And there is one rule. Here I am or Cult of Culture. It's the same person. They have immunity. No modding that person for anything. Who made what picture?
The picture of the arrow in your neck.
Oh, this guy named Senior Citizen Saul. He goes by M Corner Gaming. He's some little deranged leftist.
Yeah, it's always a little gamer. Kind of like just Frank. He's a gamer.
Hey, that's our troll. Frank is our resident troll. He's our house troll. He's
He's an
our
ass. He's
the
an
OG
asshole.
troll.
He's an asshole.
So,
Well,
with Code of Culture, just mod them too. Then they won't be
no,
immune
no,
from.
no, no modding cult.
Why not? He just doesn't want it.
I'm granting him personal immunity. I have my if I make decisions about certain individuals, I have my reasons, and it might be behind the scenes stuff that are
Okay,
personal to them, but just respect my wishes.
that's fine.
Yeah. Well, I'll just top off if he gets on the chat.
He doesn't hang out here much anymore.
Good. 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 Well, he knows I know he just does nothing but play video games every day for like years.
Well,
I
he
don't see a
has a
problem
video
with that.
game channel. A lot of people.
I know and that's all good, but like he talks shit about me, dude. He's just like, what is he doing?
He's playing video games. In
Well,
fact,
we're
if I
not going to
was,
talk about for this is not the Frank topic, Dave.
yeah, if I wasn't here trying to build up my social skills, I would go back to playing video games. In fact, I probably would go do that anyways because the trolls are so weak and imbecilic. They're not even a challenge. So I'm probably gonna go back to playing video games.
Yeah.
Not too long from now.
So what's up, Busker? How are you today?
I'm all right. My nephew's coming by to do a little help around here, which is really good because I don't get any help around here.
Oh yeah, that'll be good.
Around 3 o'clock, uh, he put
Nice.
a nice table next to my bed that looks more like a dining room table, like a narrow dining room table, and he's going to lower it down so I can put all the stuff that I had lying on my bed on the table.
Oh, so you're using your bed right now, like as a desk?
Yeah, but well, I've got a desk right next to my bed. It's like he brought it in here, and man, he struggled, but he's really strong and he's really tall, and his arms are really long. So he got that big table over on top of the thing it stands on, and he's actually going to lower it down for me so I can reach those baskets that were sitting on my bed for years and years. They're on the table now. It makes life a little easier, for sure.
Cool.
Yeah, man.
That's nice.
And I think he's going to cut my hair. Hank, you're getting your hair cut, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna go to Supercuts and get a 1.5.
Cool. Yeah, it's always nice to get a haircut. My hair is going down to a rat tail, entering mullet stage.
Oh no, you're taking care of that today.
Yeah, my God.
Mullet rescue.
God. Man, I tried to wash my hair in my upstairs sink, and to try to get the back of my hair clean, it's nearly impossible without getting it all over the damn floor. If I have shorter hair, I can wash it in the sink.
Hmm.
Because otherwise, it's going to run down my back if I'm going to try and wash the big rat tail. It's been a long time since I had a haircut. Very
Is he
long.
cutting the rat tail too?
Oh, all of it. He's
Oh,
gonna
okay.
cut it all down, like shape it. The sides are growing out like I look like a meatball almost.
Wow.
A hairball.
Good
But
thing you don't
yeah.
have that cat.
Oh, what's that? What?
I said, good thing you don't have that cat anymore.
Yeah, he's well. I wouldn't be able to take care of him at this point. He died probably right at the right time at the very beginning of 2020, or right before 2022. He had to be put down because there wouldn't be anybody to put him down during New
Right.
Year.
That happened to ours too. Like we were able to put it out 2 days before lockdown. We just
Yeah, man.
coincidentally, if it had happened 2 days later, we would have been screwed.
Oh, I know. Oh, dudes, that I can totally relate to that, man. I was like really up in arms about it because I saw how much he was suffering and he needed to go. He just needed to step out. Um, he lived for 22 years. It's a long life
That
for
yeah, that
a cat.
is. That's a good full life for a
Yeah,
cat.
and most of his life was happy. You know, I miss animals. That's another reason. Like they don't last long enough.
I
Even
know
children,
that's why I won't get a pet. I can't keep going through the grief.
You can get a parrot; they'll last longer than you.
they
I have
could,
childhood trauma because my mama killed my parakeet. She left it outside one day and the cat ate it.
but you can't really cuddle with a parrot.
Yeah, and it was a mess. You had to change its cage. I had to change the water. It was more mess than any kind of return I got out of it. Plus, if it got out of its cage, you had to go find it. Like it could be anywhere in the house. You had to be careful until you found the parakeet. Mammals just work better for me, especially cats
Absolutely.
because they're more independent. They don't need me as much.
Mammals are very much closer to us than birds, and they can't be in the bed or they'll
And I
shake.
hate birds. I hate their noise. I hate people
Oh
going over
yeah,
to someone's
yeah,
house and they have a big noisy bird.
yeah. I can't stand that shit. Ugh, yeah, that gives me the willies
No,
just thinking about it.
I'll just stick with the panelverse.
Yeah, like there's plenty of loud vultures on here. Uh,
Right, there's a whole menagerie to choose from.
where did
So,
Hank go?
oh, he's probably panel hopping.
All right, goodbye, Hank.
It's the autistic goodbye.
Hmm. Well, I mean, I can't talk, but like the only time I hop off is when there's too many people on, and I just don't really want to interrupt people by saying goodbye. That's why I
Yeah,
hop.
no, that's the right thing to do. Is for people to just silently drop off whenever. I want to normalize dropping off and not have it be a big deal. People drop off for all kind of reasons.
Mm, yeah. Well, um, I guess I interrupted your combo with him.
I think we were pretty wrapped up. We were just catching up on panelverse dynamics.
Yeah. What does he mean when he says he's winning?
Oh, he has this little
It
war
sounds
going
like
on with some
Charlie
trolls
Sheen.
that he's had for a while.
A what?
He's warring with some trolls.
Oh, so that, yeah, okay. Warring with trolls. I mean, what
Yes,
could
he's
be
our troll
better?
slayer. Or
What a better entertainment.
well, I mean the trolls are doing it for their own entertainment. So if somebody's gonna get entertainment fucking with the trolls, I think that's just as fair game.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of like toddlerish.
Well,
That's the
have
whole
you seen
troll
where you
thing.
are?
I know. That's the thing that really does turns me off about the panel verse or all the goddamn trolls. They're
Yeah,
all just they act
that's.
like they're adults, but they act like
But
toddlers.
Joe had a great idea yesterday. Is the troll tax? If there's gonna be trolls, then they're exploit it. Like there's I'm gonna make money off of it.
There you
If they're
go.
gonna troll, I'm getting something out of it. There's gonna be a troll tax.
Well, there you go, man. That's a good idea. But like, I don't know how many people would pay it. They probably if they just be like, "Fuck this," and then
But you see, I have control. That's what I. The reason there are trolls because you'll go to some YouTube channels and you won't find trolls. Trolls happen where people don't manage their panels to prevent the trolls because every channel owner has the ability to block and prevent what they don't want on their panel. So if there's trolls,
yeah,
it's
you
because
need
that's an environment that somebody's creating that's letting them thrive.
yeah, like, trustworthy mods is what probably the answer is.
So I'm gonna get rid of the troll problem one way or the other.
Well, like, do you have mods on this channel? Like, I
I
don't.
do. I did. I added a few, and so we'll see if that helps.
Yeah, just make sure you can trust them because you know it can get really crazy because
Well,
they'll.
I mean, worst case, I'll just take their wrench back if I can't.
Yeah, I mean, like you gotta pay attention to what the mods are doing too, because like that's what I mean. Like because I've known so many channels where the mods got out of control and started kicking people off that they didn't like, but it had nothing to do with the person who was running the channel.
Yeah, I feel like if that happens, I'll hear about it pretty quickly and
Yeah,
put a
yeah.
stop to it. If any of the mods abuse their wrenches, no
Abuse
problem
the
taking them away. I've
wrenches.
taken away before. I took all the wrenches away.
Yeah, abusing their
Those
wrenches.
wrenches are for people to empower users, viewers, to help me build the community like I want it to build. So I try to give it to people who have a sense of what I'm trying to do here and what to include and what to exclude.
Yeah.
Yeah, me, who was it? Shift happens. She's our Tinkerbell. She comes through periodically and she
Yeah, you could like have
waves
like
her emoji magic.
I guess they only allow you to have a wrench next to you. You can't use anything else. It's just a wrench.
Well,
Yeah.
and yeah, and if you have memberships, they have badges, and you can do custom badges and custom emojis. I think, and I'm willing to do custom emojis, but I need to know what kind to do. I'm not going to be able to think of them on my own, and so if people have emoji ideas, just I don't even know how to do an emoji. It can't be that hard, but just send me your ideas or even a picture or something I can work with. And then I think I can do custom badges, so there might be ways to give the tiers their own cool flair.
Custom badges. Is that kind of like a police badge?
It's those little things next to the members' names. Right now they're just little stars.
Oh, okay, okay.
And each month you remember it, they change so you can see who's been here the longest.
Yeah, the top dogs.
It's all status. People rent the wrenches for status. They buy the memberships. They do the badges. Status is like so ingrained in us. The band parameters is okay. I'm gonna hang on. I'm gonna read my rules. They are from the Church of Satan.
There you go.
When in another's lair, show him respect, or else do not go there. If you're not here to respect what I'm doing here, don't even come. If a guest in a lair annoys you, treat him cruelly and without mercy. If someone bothers you, ask him to stop. If he does not stop, destroy him. So the parameters are personal attacks, like going after guests, making accusations against each other in the chat, um, going after people's like anything offline, anything not having to do with that person, bringing in their family or personal stuff offline. The basic stuff that most sane, mature people already know not to do.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
that's why I'm very low tolerant. Like if I don't mind people being permanently banned if they can't figure it out pretty quickly.
Gotta lay down the law.
And some people use this as a as their own platform to like slake their id on the people that bother irritate them. There are people that have done way worse to me than anything that some of these people have done to them, and I stopped watching them. I don't look at their content. I don't go on panels they're on. I don't watch, and my mental health has like never. It's clear and free.
Yeah,
So I don't know why, if somebody has this effect on you,
got a phone call.
your
Sorry.
whole life is up like trying to figure out how much exposure to them you could get. Like I find doing the opposite to be way more effective and much more of a superior approach. So I don't understand the obsessiveness of the quote unquote these troll victims. Not
Oh,
to mention, like I said, they're doing way worse to my people than they want me to have sympathy for what these people are supposedly doing to their identity group.
yeah. The biggest regret I ever had was hopping up on Stand the Machine. What a dumb
You didn't
fuck.
know? You couldn't see that one?
I mean, I could see it, but then I saw how hard he was being on all of the people on the panel verse. I granted I had problems with a lot of them too, but then he was going after you and after
Oh
other
yeah,
people.
I'm most of his channel's content. I
Yeah,
don't think
it's
he'd even
like,
have a channel anymore without me.
and like I don't care about the whole I don't care about the fucking Talcott thing, but like he just left me there to watch it, and I'm just like, dude, this guy is weirdo. I'm done. Yeah. And yeah, he blocked me and I don't care. I'm glad.
No, I had to kick him off my show, and I've never looked back. Like I don't even think about him until people bring
Yeah.
him up. Like I don't understand. Like that's the if somebody was breaking into your house, your goal would be to get them out of your house and then contained away from you. You
Yeah.
wouldn't keep like unlocking your door and leave you hoping that they would break in again every single day so you could have that experience over and over. Like that's fucking psychotic. Like what is driving this obsession? Is it like Freud's compulsion to repeat to master trauma? I think it's hate bonding. I think it's what this guy said. I think it is they signal. It's instead of virtue signaling, it's a form of virtue signaling. I think it's troll signaling. Like they're signaling their virtue of they're not these troll, but it's all projection. It's the iron
Yes.
law of the projection from the left. They think they're the heroes. There was a season of Big Brother one year, and there was this girl. She was this real tall blonde girl. She was a former Playboy bunny, I think. She dressed kind of. She did her own thing. Nobody ran her or told her what to do. And they had this group of players that formed this alliance. They called it the Friendship. And they were convinced that they were going to be the heroes of the season and they were America's darling and that America was going to hate this girl and think she was a whore. And so that was their assumption they would play the game with. And America ended up falling in love with this girl. And the friendship were so they were like these trolls. They thought they were the virtuous ones and the heroes and they were just America hated them. They were so petty and cruel and mean and obsessed with this girl and obsessed with like being the good guys. And then there was this one event where they got to leave the house. This girl got to leave the house and like like the audience could see her and they heard the audience applause what she like left the house for this challenge and they realized that oh my god, we are the assholes. We are the ones America hates. They actually love her. And they had to face the fact that all this virtue that they thought they had accumulated in the eyes of America was not, because America could see through all that bullshit.
They failed as a group. A group of fucking assholes.
It's they call them cry bullies. It's like it's mobbing in the workplace. They call it mobbing in the workplace. It happens to autistic people, gifted people, people who are different. It's and a lot of times it's a female thing because females have the ability to enlist and organize others against a target.
Yeah, I had jobs like that. I had jobs where I was the odd man out, and they all fucking bullied me at a job.
Yeah,
And
it's mob
and
it's not attractive. So when they're over here trying to make their case, they're actually undermining their own case as they try to make it with the psychology behind it.
yeah,
And they're hypocrites because they're on other
absolutely.
streams doing the same things to other people and then coming to here crying that it's being done to them.
Well, the biggest
And they're doing it to a
yeah,
Satanist of all people.
right.
Like I'm the last person that gonna have empathy and sympathy for that shit. I don't know. I won't. I'm reluctant to gender master trolling because I think it's a form of art and creativity, and that's so individualized.
Well, hey, I'm gonna hop off here, but thanks for having me up, my friend.
Yeah. Thanks for stopping by. I hope you have a good day. I hope you get your desk set up and everything,
Yeah, and I gotta get my hair cut. I think.
and your haircut. Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
So next time we'll see you without the rat tail.
Yeah. All right, brother.
Prevented a mullet. We do good work here.
Take it easy.
Take care, Busker. All right. Well, I'm at about an hour. I can keep going if there's need. Anybody wants to come up and start a new conversation, or I can take a break and come back. Either way. As long as I get in about 8 hours a day, I'm happy. I can flex to the needs of the community. Um, I don't really have anything else. Tonight is Survivor. The the new season just started. There's only one episode so far, and I'm willing to like rescreen it today in the Discord if people want to catch up. And then we watch it live. It's going to be at 8 p.m. Central. So whatever. Let's see, 8 p.m. my time. So 10 p.m. Central. I'll be in the Discord watching it because I am trying to treat this as a real job. Like instead of a real full-time job, I'm trying to make this be my full-time job, so I want to treat it like an 8-hour workday. It helps me stay focused on what I'm trying to do. Plus, the more I'm trying to provide an opportunity for others. So the more I'm able to do that, the more I'm able to do the kind of work I want to do. I don't I'm in Seattle, like we don't really use umbrellas up here. And so I don't have a lot to say. I'm trying to think if I even have an umbrella story I could tell. I mean, growing up, unless it had the push button, it was hard to work. I hate those short ones that you have to undo and fiddle with. I like a simple umbrella that you can press the button and it pops up, or you can like shake it out and it pops open. Oh no, I'll wait for you, Moose. I'll keep it going to you here. In fact, I'm gonna yes, they get bent or broken. Rain doesn't bother me. I can take a certain amount of rain. I can walk in the rain. I can hike in the rain. We used to play in the rain growing up. So it has to be downpour before I even need an umbrella. So the amount of times I actually even need to worry about one. I really don't think I have a single umbrella story. That's weird. I usually have a story for everything. Moose, do you want to start a stream when you get home? Um, I mean, I'm up for anything because we have a lot of TV watching in the Discord happen too. I could go do some of that and then come back when there's more of a need. Oh, see, that's people that live in rain. They develop a resiliency. That's why I say in Seattle, if you see someone at umbrella, it's the tourists that have the umbrellas. They don't use umbrellas here. The locals just don't use them. And hey Chuck, and also let me see how to phrase this question. It's kind of trivia. The the city in the U.S. that sells more sunglasses than any other city, and you think it would be Florida, like Miami or L.A. or something. It's Seattle. because their sun is almost never out here. It's like 9 days out of the year, dark. It's like Dracula's castle, Transylvania weather. 9 days out of it's so gloomy and bleary here. And so nobody uses sunglasses. You don't leave your house with sunglasses. And so every time on the odd day of sun, people just buy a pair of sunglasses for that day because it caught them by surprise that there was sun this day. So like, people are constantly like just buying sunglasses for the days that there are suns because nobody thinks to leave the house with them because they almost never need them. Man, I feel impoverished all of a sudden for not having an. I'm determined to find an umbrella story somewhere in my memory. I know like there's been some drama over an umbrella somewhere or something I've done with an umbrella, but I don't really have a lot of interactions with umbrellas. You hold with like this in the storm. Like I've been in like strong wind where it inverts the umbrella. Um, but very rare. I associate the umbrella like more than anything with the little salt girl on the. That was such a weird logo. The little girl with the rubber boots and the umbrella. Is it like raining salt, like analogizing salt to rain? Buy one of these things and you'll have an abundance of salt. It will rain for days. You could make salt rain for days. I didn't know. She was a cute little logo, but I didn't understand what it had to do with salt. And then you know my trauma with Mary Poppins. Growing up, The Exorcist was my favorite comedy, and Mary Poppins is like my worst horror movie. So, and I'll tell you my other. Oh my God, it's not an umbrella story, but I wish I had a Mary Poppins one in this situation. The first and only time I went to Disneyland or any kind of Disney park was in Anaheim. It was like the mid aughts, probably the early aughts actually. I went with a friend. It was a spontaneous trip. He invited me along, and I decided to do a little bit of psychedelic before I went, thinking it would enhance my experience, and it did. Oh my God, the Pirates ride was we that was my favorite ride. We rode that thing 7 or 8 times. We would ride like get off and get back in line because they had all those characters. And my friend every as we'd ride, he would narrate their drama. He would just make up like storylines for all these characters, and I had to ride it enough times to like know the full stories of all the characters on the ride. But another ride we tried to ride. I tried to ride. I did ride and barely survived. It's a small, long world. I had that record growing up. It was one of my favorite records. It was the book that came with the record, and it told you turned the page. It would have the little beep, like bing, and you turn it to the next page. It would give more of the song, and I loved the song growing up. I didn't know the ride was like the half-hour remix. Oh my God. That thing never ended. Every time we turned the corner, they had these little puppets singing in my face about like it's small, and it was cute. Like it was really magical the first like 20 minutes or so. And then it kept going and going and going, and eventually like not even the black puppets like were pleasant to me. Like no kind of puppet. They could have been autistic. They could have been satanic. I was done. I almost unstrapped myself and like climbed out of in the river and left the ride. Like I was jumping out of my skin trying to get off of this ride. It went on forever, and I was on that psychedelic. It was I was having a bad trip. Never again will I get on that small world ride, even sober. So that and Mary Poppins, that will fuck up a childhood. And those Mr. Rogers puppets. Because Mr. Rogers seems like the kindest, gentlest. In fact, when I started this stream, one of my friends told me, she's like, I watch your stream every day. It's so comforting. You're like a gay, autistic Mr. Rogers if he was a Satanist, and you're so pleasant to listen to. I'm like, oh wow. But then I think about those puppets. How did that kind soul come up with those nightmare creatures? They had that Lady Elaine Fairchild, which is scarier than any Karen I have ever seen in real life or on film. They had that obnoxious, annoying cat, Henrietta Kitty, that would meow meow talk meow meow. Everything she'd say meow meow is meow meow. And what a beautiful color shirt meow meow you're wearing today meow meow. Oh my God! I've never wanted to commit violence more in my life against like an innocent, cute little thing. What was he going for with these puppets? Like, what was he trying to instill in our psyches? Thank God I didn't have PBS till we moved to another town and I was much older. I was spared that particular bit of developmental trauma. All right, I guess I don't know what's the temperature. I could keep it running a bit if there's a topic or people in the chat want to engage. See what Andrew's doing here. Mike's not even on here. Where my wrenches at? Mike's not on here. This is not relevant or topical to anything going on. Andrew, I'm gonna time you out. Don't push that again. Y'all have discords, message boards, forums, channels to talk process bike drive. I know y'all do. I see y'all do it. I know it's out there. This is not that. In Magic, I'm not sure I know that one. 19. Oh my God, I've never heard of this. It looks just the cover looks scary. It's about scary puppets. Another movie I really like. It's not necessarily scary. It's kind of pomo. Is Being John Malkovich with John Cusack. He's a puppeteer. It gets very surreal, trippy. I have never heard of this movie ever. It's from 1978. Like no kids talked about it because usually you knew every creepy movie out there because some little kid would say, "Did you see that movie with the creepy puppets? Man, it was." I have never heard of this movie. It was whatever cultural blinders or walls I grew up with. It was impervious to this movie. I'll have to check it out, look into it. Maybe we could screen it in Discord. And that's another thing. We have a Discord. Oh yeah, I guess I should do a little promo. We have a Discord. If you need the invite, same name there, Gen X Jeff. Just hit me up. We if there's ever any movies, TV shows, videos you want to watch, like watch with other people, we have a movie channel. And we have a channel where you can announce what you're watching. Other people may want to join you, so that's always an option. Um, Also, what else was I supposed to promote? Survivor tonight. We'll be watching. You can join us then, 10 p.m. Central. In addition to doing this channel, I'm also a certified peer counselor, and I have my own coaching practice. Once you monetize, YouTube lets you set up different membership tiers. And my plan going forward is to set up additional tiers with other. YouTube has this whole list of options you could add to these tiers, like membership only streams, chats, posts, etc. So I will be setting those up eventually. But the one thing that YouTube prohibits that you cannot offer as part of these membership perks is one-on-one individual sessions. So as an alternative to that, I have this practice that I started last year where I'm able to see individual clients. So if you like what I do here and you want like one-on-one work, you have particular goals you're working on that you want help achieving or just like want to talk about issues going on with you, I can listen and share my experiences as a peer counselor. That's an option too, but because I can't do it through membership perks, I do it through this website. My website I have, sadersgrove.com. So you can contact me through there as well, and you could do a free consultation, and I can sit and hear what your needs are and figure out if I'm able to help. I may not even be the right person to help. If I'm not, I will try to help you find somebody who is, or if I am the right person to help, figure out how exactly I'm going to help. So that's an option too, and I do have some slots there I'm trying to fill up. So I want to at least promote that and let people know that that's out there as well. I work with men, neurodivergent men, a lot of neurodivergent youth that are, especially for autistic people, like transitioning from high school to college. That can be a big change. And so some of the people I work with, the last job I worked at, we actually offered something called transition services, which was exactly that. It was people with disabilities, mental health, autism, neurodivergence that were in high school that were transitioning to college, or people transitioning out of institutions back into community life. Like any kind of transition from one environment to another can be hard on neurodivergent people because of that kind of resistance to change or getting locked into, like cognitively locked into one way of being and doing things. So anyway, I just want to put that out there that I offer that as well as upcoming membership perks, and of course we have our memberships. 99 cents, it's the lowest tier that YouTube has, so I put it at a price that everybody that wanted to participate had a chance of participating in. You can also buy them from other people. It helps solidify the community. It helps create other outliers. You get a badge that changes each month. I can do custom badges and emojis if anybody has ideas. All right, I think I've probably promoted enough on that. Well, we'll have to get clown emojis then. No, I'm just kidding. Another scary movie. In fact, I don't even think I finished watching it. Was Killer Clowns from Outer Space. I know it's supposed to be campy and silly and everything, but it has a lot of dark undertones behind it that I found very disturbing. That's not a movie I think I could sit through again. But I tell you what was a good clown movie was Shakes the Clown with Bobcat Goldthwait. That's hilarious. He's about an alcoholic clown. And he hangs out at the clown bar with these other alcoholic clowns. They're like all drunk clowns, and one of them is Esther from Sanford and Son, LaWanda Page. It's a cute movie. I think we need less flying nannies because that's just gonna accelerate the Karenocracy. If we have flying Karen drones, no, thank you, ma'am, sir, whatever your gender is. All right. Well, again, he's not here, so that's the kind of talk that I want the mods to pay particular attention to. People talking about somebody that's not here, I guess, is one of the. Y'all asked where the band limits were. Don't bring outside drama here, and that's what that does. So when people start venting about Mike or Proby or Joey or some other person, that's what that does. It hijacks this for personal drama that could be better addressed outside. Right. At least Super is bringing her own or his. Again, I don't want to assume Mary Poppins could be any gender these days. We need a male version of Mary Poppins. I feel like with Arnold Schwarzenegger or somebody. I am here to pop things up. I think he might raise better children than Mary. Because if you sent Mary to my house, that is when my problem child is going to manifest in its full glory. Because she's not getting me to do shit with that approach. I don't. The one thing that I love the songs. I love the soundtrack, and there's a lot of little life lessons from there about making work fun by singing and dancing and flying kites and shit. But the one thing, like my biggest barrier to that movie that I could never figure out was the psychological one, and it is how are these kids listening to? How are they going along with her? How are they putting up with her? And why do they think she's fun? Like I couldn't understand the kids' response to this awful shrewish woman that just showed up and started barking orders at them. Maybe it's me. Um, anyway, I guess I'll end on that note, and I'll be back out. Who knows, in a few hours. All right, it was fun, everybody. Keep. They tell me that's the NA thing. I used to say keep coming back. I'm supposed to say go to hell. Go to hell, everybody. Do something not rebellious or mischievous necessarily, but do something in line with your real self today, even if it conflicts with some kind of social norm. Just nothing illegal or criminal, please. This is for therapeutic purposes only. Thank you, Plasma. Good to see you too. All right, Mike. This is a timeout. Knock this off. I don't know if you're a real mic or a fake mic. I haven't checked, but I'm glad I have mods now. All right, we'll see you soon. Do something fun for yourself, and I'll be back. Oops. Get the devil's music going. All right, take care, people. Appreciate all of you.